Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now I deeply apologize for delaying this. I was just too tired to really do it yesterday and I just rather just relax and just get my motivation back up. So here we are, now doing the Overwatch League recap, which I always do every week. This time actually on a Saturday. I'll probably be uploading this maybe around Sunday, just depends on the editing. If it take 15 years for the editing to be done. And hey. So obviously we ended off with Raw leaving the Washington Justice, but we have not a whole lot of changes coming in. Just a little bit of re-signing. Dante was re-signed to the Houston Outlaws. Fitz, Creative, and Marvel were all re-signed for the Seoul Dynasty. Logix was also re-signed to the Toronto Defiant. And Decay was also re-signed to the Washington Justice. I don't really know any other players. I may have forgotten it. We also have a pretty big rumor from Halo of Thoughts about a certain Mano, maybe very uncertain with his future with the New York Excelsior. We'll get to that at the very end, and we'll also talk about other ones as well. Also about Florida getting Sanguinar. I think Florida or Dallas getting Muse. Um, I think that's kind of really it. But well, if I remember. So let's get on with this. Obviously, I already said about the Parasitonial and Dallas Fuel Element Mystic rumor, and it has actually come maybe to truth. Because obviously our first one was Rush going to Dallas, Aid leaving. The Aid. So all the coaches stuff for the Parasitonial have all left. Um, yeah, there we go. For like all the Parasitonial changes, I think there's actually only one more up there. Yeah. Yeah, there is. Okay. Yeah, so those are the Parasitonial changes, so almost a lot of players have left. So, Rush, Sparkle, and Hanbin have all gone to Dallas. Rush will be the new head coach. Aid, I'll talk to him later about that, but he has left Parasitonial. Levi has retired to do his military service, his mandatory military service in Korea. 9K has now become the head coach of the Philadelphia Fusion. Obviously, that was a rumor by Halo of Thoughts, and it has come to fruition. The next one is Mag joining the Washington Justice. Now, this is possibly the greatest pickup and a very big upgrade compared to Raw. There's been plays praising Mag's performance. Obviously, I haven't watched Contenders at all, so I can't really say anything. But as what people have said in Twitter, mainly social media, he is a beast of a main tank player, and I hope he does come to that in next season. Next one, it is KDG, the former coach for the Philadelphia Fusion, has now turned to the head coach of the Toronto Defiant. Now, obviously, there was a rumor or a little speculation about Toronto will be going to a full European or NA team. We just have to wait and see about that because I don't know if that's gonna be true or not, but we'll see. Next up is a couple Atlanta Rain changes. Silence retires. Kodak and Mentalist also left the Atlanta Rain. And the big one, Rascal leaves the San Francisco Shock. This came in as a huge surprise for me because I thought Rascal was definitely one of maybe top 5, top 3 DPS players, well, flex DPS players in the league. Rascal is a great prospect. I think he'll be a great fit with many teams. Maybe we'll see him maybe like in New York Excelsior maybe because obviously they don't have Hacksaw anymore. So maybe Rascal goes to New York Excelsior. We shall see obviously of what that has come to fruition. Atlanta Reign obviously getting rid of their whole coaching staff. It's definitely going to be a full rebuild of the Atlanta Reign roster that we all thought was going to be a title contender for this season. Obviously that didn't came in, so they're going to go for a full rebuild. Also, I will go down. I will obviously go with every single team. Yeah, so every single team. I'll go to Atlanta to Washington. I'll also go to the Overwatch League website because they did actually announce the offseason tracker so which I think will be very, very useful for me to catch up on some things that I forgot about. And now we're going to some Shanghai Dragons changes. So if we scroll up here, we find that 5 of the Shanghai Dragons players have all left the team. Ding, DM, Gaguri, Luffy, and Dia have all left. Dia will still be in Team CC, but there's been speculations that he may be either going to Chengdu or Guangzhou Charge. I don't think he'll be going to Hangzhou. I'm pretty surprised that they got rid of DM, because he was a vital part of the Shanghai Dragons' success. I kind of understand the rest because they didn't really do a whole lot. Yeah, there was Guguri who played actually pretty well this season. We didn't really see a lot of Luffy, Dia, or Ding, so it kind of makes sense. But I'm very surprised at DM and Guguri. I think they will both probably find a home very quickly. Maybe DM goes to Philly. Wouldn't that be just a great thing? I'll also go on competitive Overwatch as well on Reddit as well, just to check if there's any more news that I forgot that I didn't check. Agape. So Agape, obviously the former coach of the London Spitfire, now turns to the assistant coach of the San Francisco Shock. Is this an upgrade? I think it's definitely not an upgrade, but it's definitely on the same level as Junk Bunk, as Junk Buck, and I forgot who the other guy. I can't remember. But there's also another San Francisco Shock change for the coaching staff as well. That I'll get onto later. Obviously, you see up here, we got some Dallas Fuel changes. Fielder and Rappel joins the Dallas Fuel. Huge upgrades all around. Fielder, an absolute nutty 200 ping player, did amazing this season, even if it was over in Korea. That's an amazing job by Dallas. Rappel, he didn't really do that much. He wasn't that great. But I think he's still I think he's still a promising player. Even though he was in a shit team of the Houston Outlaws, so maybe in Dallas he'll do really, really well. Which I'll see, obviously. Ty Dollar, will join the LA Gladiators as the assistant coach. And Hookery will join the Washington Justice as the personal coach. Also, Bisa, will now be promoted as the general manager of the team. So congratulations to her of the promotion. Ty Dollar, I think he's a pretty good coach. Obviously, he was from the Guangzhou Charge formerly. I think Hookery was formerly from, Philly. If I remember correctly, but I don't really know. I'll check that later. And then obviously, here we are for the rest. Aid will be joining the Dallas Fuel as the assistant coach, and Arachne, formerly from the San Francisco Shock, that's the guy who I forgot about, will be now joining the Guangzhou Charge as a head coach. Sazarez, who was formerly an analyst for the San Francisco Shock, will now become the assistant coach of the San Francisco Shock. So obviously you see there, Bisa was formerly the director of operations, will now become the general manager. I just want to check if there's anything else that I guess wasn't really there. Pavane also announced his retirement. He's actually going to Valorant. Jai Han has also announced his retirement as well, as Sazar has now become the assistant coach of the San Francisco Shock. Jaru also announces his retirement as well. Shaz also. Yeah, that's kind of really it. So I think more players will be going to Valorant. I don't really know where Shaz is probably going to go. I think I know Jaru's going to be taking care of himself with mental health issues, which is understandable, so it makes sense. I don't know about Jai Han. I think Jai Han will probably go to Valorant as well. I just need to have a look. I didn't have a look at Spitlong because obviously I haven't really seen it. Okay, yeah, so Jai Han's also going to be taking care of his mental health. Oh god, there's a little bit of that there. Pavane will be going as he's actually now the Clan Korea head coach for Valorant. So yeah, congrats to him of being a head coach of a very promising team. Now let's move on to all of the Overwatch League teams. So hang on, let me just get the Overwatch League contract. Off-season tracker. Okay, so here's the off-season tracker. It was updated in October the 29th, so some stuff may not be right, obviously. But let's go on with every single Overwatch League team season. So we're going to firstly start off with the Atlanta Reign. We still have Gator, Master, Hawk, Edison, Sharp, and Larace. I think there was also a little bit of juice in Atlanta Reign team that Master actually announced that he was actually quite pissed off because the Atlanta Reign didn't even provide any apartments or homes for the team to stay at. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think that's what he said in the stream. Let me get Reddit up as well. Just currently looking over. Yeah, so there's also rumors like Gladiators have signed Shu, and this is what it is. So Mano, so there's been confirmation of that NYXL have traded Mano for Yakpung. So as what I've been told, and also MCD's apparently gone to Spark to Hangzhou Spark. Guri is gonna be a free agent. I don't really know anything else, but that's kind of really it. I'll give more my opinion on the Mano situation when I get to NYXL. So obviously first of all it's gonna be at the Atlanta Reign. Only just the departures of Saucy, Pokepo, Ursa, Dogman, Fried, Fire, Kodak, Mentalist, and Silence. Only those changes have been announced. We don't know about the rest though. Next, the Boston Uprising. Oh god, yeah, there was this. Only the coach and the departures of Mikey and Halo. That's kind of really it. Even though, however, there was the re-signing of Fusion's Myungbong, Jerry, and Punk. Wait, I say Jerry? Carl Hex, I meant. So they will say Mikey is also going to Noble, so he's not going to be in the Overwatch League. Yeah. Next up is a change to Hunters. It's just 18 and Bacon Jack still. And let me also go to Dallas as well. I don't really care if I show them. So still those changes. Dallas, obviously, we knew that Doha's gonna stay. Sparkle, Hanbin, Field, and Rappel, they obviously all left. I hate how it doesn't say the the contract extension. Florida Mayhem, still exactly the same. Still nothing to say. I play Chris, Carrion, and Byron have all left the team still. Just like I said as well, Gundam Jin may leave the London Spitfire for the Florida Mayhem, which would be a pretty big upgrade compared to Chris. No offense to Chris, but Chris didn't really do that well. Well, definitely improved this season. It just wasn't really up to the performance that Florida really hoped. I still have a runny nose and I hate it. Pog. Hang on, let me just... Okay. Nothing really... Yeah, that's kind of really it. Guangzhou. Still the same. Yeah, we don't know anything else really. Wuye, Crystal, Chara, Neptuno, still left. And also the signing of Arachne as the head coach, and Tai Dollar also left as well, and Sungwoo. Next up is the Hangzhou Spark. So yeah, announced this. Yeah, the supervisor of Zhao Gui obviously left. Wait, what? Oh wait. So Zhao Gui has joined as a supervisor, or obviously Ria Bebe. Adora, Ardo, Assassin leaves the team, and Shy joins the team as well. But I think Shy is basically the first. Actually, yeah, was the first player, my first new player, other than Mag, who joined later. Houston's only just Junkbug and Coolmat. They also, just like I said, re-signed Dante, so Dante is going to stay. If I go to their Twitter, they did say, yeah, so Dante will stay with the team. I don't really know what else is going to happen. Oh my crap. So obviously if I go to Boston, I think yes, I think everyone else is going to stay. We don't know about Jerry or Axiom currently. But I think they may both leave. Dallas we already know. Um, yeah. Next up I think is the London Spitfire. Whoops, yeah, London Spitfire. Um, we still don't know who is if they re-signed them or not. Still have no clue. All we yeah, they've been mainly talking about their contenders team, and Noki is currently the only thing that they really upgraded or really changed. We don't know if Banal Fuse, Gliss, and Sanguinar have actually been re-signed. We know that they're still under contract. We just don't know if they're going to be staying with the team or not. But we'll see. Yeah, so just yeah, although Babel, Clustein, Highly, Jaihung, Krillin, Shui, and J-Mac have also left, including the whole coaching staff, and Nuki will be now the general manager of basically Cloud9 as a whole. Next up, I think is the LA Gladiators. Still the exact same. BSH obviously is promoted to general manager. Ty Della joins as the assistant coach. OGE and Fosters leaves the team. LH Cloudy as well. Kirsch also leaves the team, including Jaru, Bishu, Big Goose, and Shaz. Just like London, we still don't know about the rest. We don't know about the rest of the players. We don't know if they're going to be staying with the team or not. But it's going to be highly likely that they are going to stay with the team. I'll be very very surprised if they get rid of it, if they do get rid of them. Yeah, so Gladiators still just that. LA Valiant, it still just has like one change. Only getting rid of Apply, Gig, and McGravy. Same, just like most, they still haven't really announced anything of their roster, if they're gonna stay or not. So yeah, isn't that fun? And that's kind of really it. Who's next? New York Excelsior. Now this is where I'm gonna be mainly stopping and be talking about it. So CBLB, Libero, Mano, Joe Nakanama, and Mandu still no whole lot of roster changes. But obviously, if I look on this tweet here, according to sources, the New York Excelsior has signed O2 Blast main tank Yakpung. Obviously, he was formerly in the Toronto Defiant, but obviously he got kicked out, and his potential as a main tank was there. I think he was actually a pretty decent main tank if the coaching staff wasn't like all over the place, and yeah. But will I be surprised if Mano actually leaves the team? Yes, I'll be very very surprised. And also one of my friends will be very very sad. I just need to check. Yeah, so Shu going to yeah, so Gladiators will have supposedly signed Shu. So are they gonna go full Korean as well? I have no clue. Yeah, so it's Mano has been traded. We don't know who though, so we don't know what team. MCD will be joining the Hangzhou Spark, and that's kind of all really. Yeah, need to just have a keep. I just need to keep looking. Yeah, so Seoul resigns creative fit to Marvel. I think they also. I don't know if they're going to keep. I don't know if Washington are going to keep John and Stitch, but it's going to be very very likely if they do. And Florida has expected to announce the signing of main tank Muse. So I think it'll be a pretty good main tank battle. If yeah, so if Yakpong and Muse actually both been signed, that'll be a pretty good main tank battle there. And yeah, and then update sources, we don't know if XC is gonna be leaving the team. I don't know why I'm still going on over this, but yeah, I'm still looking for the Sanguinar source. But it did happen, I know that. But it was announced that maybe Sanguinar may be leaving. Here it is. A deal is supposed to be reached between the Florida Mayhem and the London Spitfire for Sanguinar, so we'll see. And Decay obviously has been re-signed. So if Yakpong joins the New Excelsior, we know Yakpeng. I think Yakpeng is pretty aggressive. So if that is the case, then if it's and if they do keep the aggression, the aggression playstyle, that means it could be a very scary team for next season. Obviously, when all the rosters have been announced and everything, I will make my predictions, my power rankings, um, on on video as well. But still, the changes: Nene, Hopper, Bianca, Who Are You, and Haxel all leave the team. Haxel has obviously retired from professional Overwatch to be a streamer. Next up, if I get rid of that now. Next up, it is the Paris Eternal. Paris have already just been picked out one by one to be leaving the team. So we know that Fielder, Sparkle, and Hanbin have all left to go join Dallas. Smex has also left as well, but he's also an LFT as well. Not Smite, we have no clue. And including also the whole coaching staff leaves. So they get rid of the whole coaching staff, and still nothing about the actual players, or like, yeah, we don't know about the actual players still. If they're gonna keep Sue, Nico, Benbes, FD God, and Xe, we don't really know about Xe still, but I think they're gonna keep Sue, Nico, Benbes, and FD God. Next up is the Philadelphia Fusion, and they are still relatively the same. Boombox leaves. Philly parts ways with KDG and Chipsa, and 9K joins as the head coach. We know what Carpe is going to say, because I think it's going to say until 2023, 2025, or maybe next year. I have no clue. But we know that Carpe is still going to be with the team. I just need to still just have a look. So Moby Dick and Christopher have been re-signed for the 2021 season, which I actually forgot about until that. Yeah, that's kind of really, yeah, that's it. So Christopher and Moby Dick, we know that they are going to stay with the team. Next up, it is the Toronto. Actually no, never mind. It's actually the San Francisco Shock. So Arachne, Rascal have all left the team. I think also Chuckbuck as well. And honestly, Sazaris is promoted to assistant coach, and Agape joins as the assistant coach as well, alongside Krusty. I think Moth is still LFT. We still don't know about his contract. I don't know if he's gonna stay, but I'll be very surprised if he doesn't stay at all. But I think they're going to be keeping most of their rosters. Most teams are going to will be cutting down the cost because of COVID-19 and everything, and quarantined, and the homestands also won't be going anymore. So they will be mainly cutting down cost. I think mainly the smaller teams or the midfield teams are going to be doing a lot of changes, like Gladiators is currently doing. Next up is second place Seoul Dynasty. So Hookery. The general manager Hookery does leave the team. We know that Profit, Gesture, Creative, Marvel, and Fitz are staying with the team. I think Seoul has been the most active about signings. So here it is, one. But Creative, Fitz, and Marvel will be staying with the team. And obviously I did say Profit and Gesture will be staying with the team, which is a very good signing, because if they let them go, yeah, it won't be that great. But Seoul was very successful, so I will be surprised if they don't make a lot of changes. So yeah, that's kind of really it from Seoul Dynasty. Still only Hookery leaves, and the re-signings of 5 players. Next up is fairly disappointing Shanghai Dragons, which we all thought were going to be first, or mainly challenging in the grand finals. That's not going to be the case. Obviously the leader 5 players left, just like I said earlier. And I think that was a re-signing. I think there was a re-signing. I don't really know, however. So it's literally they did like individual like tweets for every player. I don't really know why, to be honest. I think that's kind of really it, actually. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, okay. Like, what the hell? Yeah, they haven't done. They haven't re-signed them, but I think they are. I think they are mainly going to be still in contract. I'm just gonna call it right there. So next up is the Toronto Defiant. We obviously know that they got rid of most of their players, yeah, most of their players except for Logix, who was re-signed. KDG also joins as a head coach as well. So it was going to Toronto Defiant. So KDG obviously will be joining Toronto. And if I keep scrolling down, and I will find the Logix tweet. Yeah, so Mr. Logix will be re-signing with the Toronto Defiant, and I think so I think they will stay with the team, which be really good. I think they are mainly going to be building around Logix. We know also that Beasts has also joined the Tier 2 Drama Alert Nation. Next up is it's Vancouver Titans. Vancouver still also hasn't really made a lot of changes. Tasuna, KSAA have all left the team. However, we know that Dalton, Shredlock, and Rolf have re-signed with the team. We still don't know about Shockwave. I'll be very surprised if they don't keep Shockwave. So Dalton, Shredlock, and Rolf contracts have been extended. Suna, KSAA, and Karkar have all left the team. We don't. I think they are all. I think they all are LFT. We'll check. Actually, I'll check that right now. Actually, I think Karkar will be. Yeah, the Karkar will be LFT. Tsuna. Tina also will be an LFT for 2021 season, and our boy KSAA will be also LFT. Most players I think are going to be LFT. Last up is the Washington Justice. Obviously, we had Raw leaving the team, Mag joining the team, and Hokari also joining the team as the personal coach. Wiz also announced his departure as well, and Decay has also been re-signed as well, and will be staying with the team. Yes, it is Decay. He will be staying with Washington Justice, which is a very big upgrade, and will definitely help the Washington in the future. And also we know that Mag will be joining the team as well. So that is kind of really it from me. Relatively all over the place video, but I hope you got really the gist of it. I will just like I've been always doing. I will keep updating you guys of changes, some changes and rumors I've also seen from Halo of Thoughts. But yeah, so that's kind of really it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys all next time. Goodbye.